FM, this is The Wally Show, and this is cool because we have somebody that I've never talked to on the show before, but I ran into at a yogurt place, Scott Hamilton, and seems to make sense you'd be having something frozen and delightful since you're an ice skater.
Well, yes, and normally we go for something warm, just kind of take the chill out of the bone marrow when it's down in there, but we are frequent customers of that particular yogurt establishment, and it was great to run into you there.
Yeah, and now we get to talk officially, which is cool, because you have an interesting story, which I definitely want to get to. But before that, I want people to get a chance to know you quickly with my patented paper or plastic quiz, okay? Okay. So basically, it's an or-type question. Do you like this or this? And that tells me a lot about you, okay? You'll see what I'm talking about. Because when you go to the grocery store, they say paper or plastic.
Yes.
I know if you love the environment or not.
I like paper in plastic, but I'm just high maintenance that way.
You're a rebel. Yeah. All right, here we go. Hawaii or Canada?
Oh, Hawaii.
Okay, because, you spent your whole life in ice rinks. Yeah. Do you want to get as far away from the cold as possible?
That's why people... Do you skate for fun? No.
Yeah.
No. Right.
Ice skating all kind of hurts. I went for the first time in years, and I had hockey skates on that weren't molded to my feet.
Yeah.
I was good for about an hour and was like, okay, this is not fun anymore.
Yeah, it's funny because you go to the custom skates, when you decide to dedicate your life to it.
Right.
And it just changes. It rocks your world.
Okay.
All of a sudden your feet are going, what?
Because I didn't see how people could do this for a living because it hurts so bad.
Yeah, and that's the thing with rental skates. We're starting into skate school at the new Antioch rink with the Predators. And one of the main things is we got to get good skates, because a lot of times people go skating and the skates are so bad that it's a negative experience. Yeah, you don't come back. So we're trying to get good skates, let people be comfortable when they're on the ice, and don't let the rental skates get trashed, because I used to be a pretty good skater. You put me in rental skates, and I can't stand up on the thing. So nobody has a chance.
That. Yeah, gosh, I thought he was an Olympian. And he just all sprawled out
Ankles
on the ice.
Ankles are on the ice, Yeah.
We're talking to Scott Hamilton, Olympic hero and skater and all that good stuff. Toe pick or toothpick?
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess now toothpick.
Okay, because toe picks are on the front of skates, and I know that from the movie The Cutting Edge. You remember that ice skating movie?
Toe pick.
Yeah. Let me see. Blades of Glory or Ice Castles?
Oh, Blades of Glory, because I get commission every time somebody buys a DVD.
That's right. You were in
I was in it.
I know. Man, it's
shameless self-promotion. I love this.
No problem with that. It's crazy. I didn't have to look up any of these ice skating movies either. They're all in my repertoire, if you will. Vanilla Ice Project or Brian Boitano Project?
Ooh, I'd have to go with Brian Boitano.
Okay, because they both do home improvement shows.
Well, and Brian, when I was coming up, and as trying to into my Olympic period, he was just right behind me, and so he was kind of like a younger brother.
Okay.
So yeah, anything he's a part of, I'll support.
Because I couldn't remember if you guys were contemporaries, and
the last 2 years I competed, he was pushing me pretty hard, and it was kind of like the two Brians, and I'm thinking, should I stay in another 4 years? No.
Right. Yeah. It's like, time to go, huh?
Time to go. Thanks, guys. Have a good time battling it out. I'm done.
Our final paper or plastic with ice skater Scott Hamilton. Hamel camel or flying camel?
Flying camel.
You like that better than the Dorothy Hamel camel?
No, Dorothy and I have gotten to be really good friends over the last 10 years. I'll go Hamel camel.
Oh, really? You changed it up on me there.
Yeah, because, now, if I were to do a flying camel, I sense a groin pull coming on,
Yes.
One that wouldn't heal for a couple of years at my age, so I'll go Hamel camel.
All right, well, there you go. Yeah. We've learned a lot about you in a very short amount of time.
So now, what does this mean? Is this like a Rorschach test or something like that?
Yeah, oh yeah, I've got you broken down.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I fully understand you. And I actually want to get to more of your life, because you have a fascinating story that people don't realize, about your childhood, about your adult life, because I think they see Scott Hamilton, the skater, and think life was always great for you. And that's not the case.
Fact, if you watch the I'm Second video, nothing good happened to me unless something disastrous happened.
Yeah, isn't that crazy how God can do that sometimes and make good out of that bad?
Lifts you up, breaks you down, lifts you up.
So we'll get to all that with Scott Hamilton here in the next 15 on The Wally Show. WayFM, this is the Wally Show, and today this is cool because we have Olympian. Is that how you like to be referred to, as a former great Olympian guy?
No, normally I like to be referred to as warm and wonderful human being.
Okay, well, we can do that. Scott Hamilton, who also has been a great Olympian. I'll get mine in there. And that's how people know you, but there's so much more to your story of what God has done in your life, and I think people don't have any idea of that, and to see you as this athlete and all that you accomplished, they don't realize that, like, you actually probably shouldn't be here. Like, you should have been dead as a kid.
Well, I had a childhood illness that was kind of like the mysterious childhood illness, and went undiagnosed, and it was kind of odd that when I started skating, things started getting better. Like, for 4 years, I was in and out of hospitals, and I wasn't growing, and I was basically, it almost looked like I was malnutrition, but I was on some restrictive diets. They thought I might have, lactose intolerant, or I was celiac, or all these different things. They were trying to figure out what it was, and they never could figure it out. But the childhood illness was never figured out until 2004.
Oh wow! And you were already kind of a man by then.
Yeah, I was actually a father and a husband, and what it was I had a brain tumor that went undiagnosed, and for whatever reason, all those years that I skated, it didn't do any mischief. It was when I retired that all this stuff started happening. I
don't know. Maybe God knew what he was doing then, because
he always knows what he's doing.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I don't give enough credit sometimes. But I mean, yeah, because then that gave you this platform. But then when your life changed after you stopped skating, you had to battle another round of life things and difficulties as well, which becomes another part of your story.
Yeah, and it was the brain tumor in 2004 was kind of an aha moment, because it was devastating in the fact that in 97 I had testicular cancer, went through chemo and a big surgery and all that stuff. And I thought, well, I paid my dues. I had a childhood illness, and then I had this cancer. Now I'm gonna,
I'm good.
I'm home free until I get really old.
Yeah.
Right? And then in 2004 I get knocked down again with a brain tumor, and they find out that I was born with it. And it's they go, you have a craniopharyngioma. It's like, what's a lunatic pharyngioma?
Yeah,
I had no idea what that was. And they said, well, you're actually born with it. But back in that time when I was little, they didn't have the technology to discover something like that. So it just went undiagnosed, and for whatever reason, it might have been a few hits to the head on the ice that, kind of said, knocked it into submission.
Some of those things, I've watched some ice skating falls, when the Sochi Olympics were going on, I was Googling ice skating falls. Yeah. I know it's horrible.
No. You watch races for the crashes.
Yeah, so you get it.
Yeah, I get it.
And there are a couple that you're like, how did they get, that one girl that got leveled, and how they come back from that is just amazing to me. I wouldn't get back up. The upside is if you're swelling or bruised, you're already on the ice.
Yeah, just stay there. And just, you had big contusion on the head, just put it right down there on the ice.
Ride it out. Just lay there. You're going to be fine.
Yeah, let music go on for a little while longer and then get back.
Did you ever take a really bad spill ice skating that you thought, okay, this might be it?
A couple. I mean, you're so used to falling because, from the very first time you step on the ice, you're getting up, you're getting up,
right.
You're getting up, you're getting up. And it kind of teaches you how to do that in other parts of your life. You just get up, you get up. You learn to succeed out of failure, which is kind of, the way we all kind of learn our best lessons. But for me, I had a hip operation. I had a couple concussions. I had a couple torn ligaments, where you're rotating in the air, spinning on a triple jump, and then your foot hits.
Yeah, I've totally done that.
You keep spinning, and the foot stays still.
Oh.
Not good for your bones and joints and things. But, you just find a way to just get up and just figure it out.
We're talking to Scott Hamilton, who actually is involved with a project in Haiti, which I definitely want to get to too, because you can't paint you with one brush. You were a former Olympian. You commentate on ice skating today. You're an I Am Second subject. You are a philanthropist. You are 8 feet tall. I mean, there's you can't paint him with one brush. And so I want to talk to you about the Haiti thing, and we'll do that within 10 right here on the Wally Show. WayFM, this is the Wally Show, and today on the show we're joined by Scott Hamilton, and it's a pleasure to have you in here, and I really appreciate you taking the time.
Well, I love the show. We listen to it every morning.
Oh, well, there you go. That's a glowing endorsement from a guy with gold medals.
I have notes. We'll go over those later on.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you, in addition to skating, skating has given you a lot of opportunities in life, I would think. You've gone around the world, and you've seen things that maybe you wouldn't have seen. But then, is there ever a sense of responsibility once you've been around the world and you've seen things where you're like, I have to give back. I've seen it. I need to be part of a solution.
Well, and that happened early on. When I was just turned 18 years old, my mother passed away from cancer. And so all those years as an amateur skater, we would do ice shows to raise money for cancer research. My very first thing as a non-amateur, I decided that I didn't want to turn pro by like getting money. So what I did was I lost my eligibility by doing a show that wasn't sanctioned, but we raised like $250,000 for cancer research. So it was kind of a win-win. You know, I got to move on in my life, turn professional without it being about money. But more about, you know, just sort of breaking the rules a little bit and moving on. And, you know, ever since then, I've been, you know, a real advocate for cancer research. And then I got cancer. And then now I've got my street cred. Now I can go and say, oh, I've had chemo. Okay, now I've had surgery. I've had radiation. I've had all these things. So now when I'm, you know, talking to people about cancer, I have a legitimate kind of real experience with going through it. So I truly empathize with those that are dealing with it right now. So I created a foundation called CARES. It's out of the Cleveland Clinic, and we're expanding it right now in a big way. And CARES stands for the Cancer Alliance for Research, Education, Survivorship. And we've been able to raise a lot of money for research and patient support programs like chemocare.com.
That's awesome.
So that's the cancer side of my life. But, you know, marrying up as we all do.
I know all about that.
You know, my wife Tracy had a you know, when the earthquake happened in 2010 in Haiti, it devastated her, and she was just desperate to do something, anything, and we got some great advice. Wait a few months. You know, there's a lot of people down there right now doing the great work. Right. And you know, when all of that kind of clears, you're going to see the need, and you're going to see who's still there, and you're going to see who you can be involved in on a lengthier commitment. And we found David and Lori Vanderpool at Live Beyond, and they're right here in Nashville. They actually not anymore. They moved to Haiti.
Oh, did they really?
They're building a compound right now. The hospital's going up. They've created a healthy pregnancy program, a maternal health program down there. They're looking after 200 women who are with child, and already, you know, the statistics are incredible. They've lowered postnatal mortality by 2/3.
Oh my goodness!
Women. And they found a part of Haiti called Tamazo. There's a guest house there that's been built to house the people that want to come down and really, you know, roll up their sleeves and help. And that's kind of the fundamental operating procedure of this. You got David and Lori Vanderpool. They're the heads of this organization, and the work being done down there, they facilitate, you know, a lot of medical care, feeding the most hungry.
Right.
Just really getting into the community and taking a very, very, very poor part of Haiti that doesn't get any attention, and they're trying to create an oasis there and plant a seed that, you know, we're here because Jesus told us to do this.
That's amazing. And it's not just shipping money down there. I mean, they move their lives down there too, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, they're living it. And one of my favorite things is to hear them talk about it. That, you know, one of their favorite things is, well, didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, you know, Haiti's a different world,
man. It's a different world.
Like, I've been there twice, and once a year after the earthquake, and then this past year, and it's a different animal, man, but it's wonderful. Like, I love it there.
The people there are spectacular.
Yeah.
I mean, they're through all this devastation, through all their history of just
oppression
and everything they've been through, they just find a way to smile through it. And the children are beautiful. We just welcomed home. Lisa Harper brought home her daughter Missy last night.
Oh, cool.
Her daughter is Haitian and HIV positive. And,
oh, wow.
And there was, you know, I mean, the airport was full. Nobody could get out of Terminal C last night.
Really?
So many people to welcome.
That's cool, home. Man.
So, you know, we try to create happy endings at Live Beyond, and one of them is to, you know, we need clean water. Everybody is drinking contaminated water.
Right.
Well, who can we get? Well, Brad Paisley. $1 from every ticket sold in his tour last year went to these water projects.
No way, really?
And they're giving people purified water all over Tamazo. You know, that's the source of a lot of the illness.
Right.
So you take that away and people can live healthier lives. You create clean water in destinations all around the city. You know, women don't have to walk 6 miles to get clean water. You know, they can fill their bucket right within their little part of town. So that's a big part of it. But the medical care is a huge aspect of. If you get appendicitis in Haiti,
it's
gone.
A death sentence.
You're over.
Yeah.
So all these curable, treatable diseases, you know, they're building a hospital there now, and they're raising money through this benefit that's happening next week. And they've enlisted the cheapest speaker they could find. And
who was that?
Me.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. When your wife's on the board and she goes,
Yeah.
Will you speak to? Of course. I've been down there 3 times. She's been down there 12 now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's.
I believe she's actually legally Haitian now.
Almost. Yeah.
Yes.
She's speaking with a weird accent. Sometimes it takes me a while to understand. But
and we have rice with everything. It's
rice and beans is
Yeah.
everything. But they've become a part of our family, and it's an extraordinary opportunity to really get in there in a safe environment, serve the community, see what it's like. Be a part of the solution, because their problems have been constant, and to create this new kind of model of serving and creating opportunity, because the one thing Haiti needs more than anything else is jobs.
Yeah, that's a big thing, man, because jobs then inspire hope, which is in short supply there as well. And it's funny how a lot of that can stem from water too, and good health. It changes the playing field on a base level that then allows all these other things to happen. And so I'm glad you guys are doing that. That's amazing, man. Well, look for that. And again, you can check it out online at livebeyond.org.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm going to make sure I get that right. The .com.org thing messes me up sometimes.
Yeah, when you got an org, they mean business.
Yeah, you do, yes. And they mean nonprofit business.
Yeah, mostly, yeah.